This is the shortest verse in the Bible, but it's also one of the most powerful and profound, and many Christians just gloss over this passage because they think that they know what it means. But I believe there's a lot more here than what we're giving it credit for. It says, Jesus wept. And if you read the surrounding verses, it says, Now when Jesus was near Bethany, oval against the Mount of Olives, he sent 2 of his disciples to spy out Bethany from a distance, saying, Tell me what you see there. So they said, We see 2 men, one named Lazarus, who had been dead, whom you raised from the dead, and the other, his brother, and many women who were there weeping. So then, having considered this, Jesus wept. Now, let's just take a look at what we have here. First of all, we have Jesus sending his disciples to spy something out. He didn't send them to go talk to them, he just sent them to spy. Why did he want to know what was going on? Why was he concerned about this? Well, the answer is right there. 2 men, we see 2 men. Who are these 2 men? They're brothers. Lazarus, and whose name was not mentioned, but we know who it is Martha. You remember Martha and Mary, the 2 sisters that lived in Bethany. And Martha complained to Jesus, saying, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. This is the brother that died, Lazarus. And Jesus raised him from the dead. But he wasn't the only one who was dead. You see, these people thought that their friend was dead. And what does it say? Many women were there weeping. Weeping for who? Weeping for Lazarus. Now, why were they weeping? Because their friend was dead? Or maybe they thought he was dead? Maybe they thought that Jesus would raise him from the dead. And they were shocked and surprised that Jesus didn't come and do something about this situation. If you read the previous chapter, people criticized Jesus because he didn't perform a miracle at this wedding in Cana. And here again, they're looking for signs and wonders. They're looking for Jesus to do something supernaturally. And he didn't, and so they probably criticized him here also. And they said, Why didn't you come and help us? Why didn't he come and raise our friend? But Jesus knew what he was doing. And why did he tell his disciples to spy them out? Not to go talk to them or to go heal Lazarus or anything like that, but to just spy them out. Observe them, see what was going on? Why? Because he already knew? He already knew what was going on. Let me ask you a question. If you were in that group of people, and I'm sure there were hundreds of people there, would you have been sitting around? Would you have been crying and wondering, what's going on with Jesus? Why didn't he come and heal Lazarus? Or would you have been one of those people that said, No, it's okay. Don't worry, Jesus is going to raise him from the dead. Which one would you have been? Would you have been frustrated with Jesus? Or would you have been hopeful and encouraged? Because it says in the book of John that some believed in Jesus when they saw this sign. And now let's get back to our main point. Jesus wept. Why did he weep? Why did Jesus weep? He wept because of their unbelief. He wept because he knew what he was going to do. These people wanted a miracle. They wanted to see a sign. And he was going to give them that sign, but he was going to give them a greater sign. For what purpose? To show them what great love he had for them. Even though they doubted him, even though they didn't believe him, even though they were asking for signs and wonders, he was gone. Give them a sign that they would never forget. And what was that sign? It was the greatest sign he ever performed, and that was the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.